New since 5 o'clock, new Hannibal firefighters are participating in a fire academy. The 9-week program allows firefighters to become state certified, all while advancing their careers.
WGEM's Joseph Lawler checked in with crews this morning. So Joseph, what have the past few weeks been like for them?
Well, Daniel and Raja, this fire academy allows newer members of the crew to earn their firefighter 1 and 2 certification. In order to do so, they must prove their skills to state evaluators. Hannibal Fire Department officials say, other than the required certification, this training teaches newer members communication and leadership skills.
We've been running structural firefighting tactics with the crews.
9 new firefighters with the Hannibal Fire Department have entered their last few weeks of the Fire Academy. Today, they were utilizing the Region B live fire trainer. Training officer Mark Kempker says props like the trailer, dumpster, and car are helpful resources that weren't always available.
Having these props available to us in today's world is a very good thing.
He says training with these fire simulators not only adds to their skill set, but also their teamwork and collaboration.
To me, this thing builds a lot of crew camaraderie, trust, as we have to go into situations that we really clearly don't know. Every house is different.
Kempker says during the Fire Academy, the 9 firefighters have compiled approximately 360 training hours. Firefighters like Michael Brokale, who joined the crew in October, say this training gives them a chance to learn from each other.
Me being new, I look at my guys that are on my crew and other crews to get knowledge on what I need to do different.
Brokale started his career with a volunteer department. He says the extra training that comes with being on a full-time crew keeps him and the other members on their toes.
Keeps everybody sharp. Out here, we're training every shift. And for us, since we're in academy, it's 3 days and sometimes 4 days.
The 9 firefighters will wrap up their academy training on March 22nd. At that point, they will take the state written test and graduation will be held in April. Daniel?
All right, thank you, Joseph. Kempker says the live fire trainer is utilized by other departments in 16 surrounding counties as well.